Alright people, in this video we're going to be going over the exact system that my client Jason used that scaled his business from 5k to 13k to 26k and eventually 30k plus months in just 4 months. Now, I have made a client case study video, testimonial video, which you can go and check out on my YouTube. But the main purpose of this video is to not only showcase the results that we've gotten for our clients, but to also take you through a training that you can implement yourself in your own business to eventually grow and take your business to the next level. Just a bit of background. So Jason is a coach and consultant in the engineering space, mainly a career coach, helping people land CAD jobs. And I'll get into that further, but just some screenshots of the conversations between me and Jason. So in February, he was doing about 5k a month. I don't have a screenshot of that. In March, he hit close to 13 to 14, which was basically where he was capped in March, felt quite stuck. And then from May, we skyrocketed, April, May, skyrocketed and hit 26k in sales, and then eventually hit the 30k plus month mark in the month of May. So just a bit of background on myself. My name is Yusuf, this is myself. So I've been scaling coaches with content systems, notably with Jason, who we took from 5 to 30k a month in less than 4 months. This is Abdul, who I'll get to in a moment. But for myself, I've got multiple partners in the info and coaching space, some examples over here, and we're building a portfolio of growth partnerships. I'm 19 years old and I've been doing this for just over a year. Content for slightly longer, but just about a year getting into this space. And I've been able to achieve great client results so far. And just documenting my journey. And together with my partner Abdul, who is top 1% in sales, recently scaling an agency client from doing 15k a month over to 70k a month in just a few months. And he's got background in sales, appointment setting, and biz op. Together, we've launched scalewithclients.io. Essentially, we are serving coaches, consultants, and info products to hitting 100k months. We're going all in on this together, and we've basically built a fully tested and proven 7-figure growth protocol for coaches, consultants, and info products. So essentially, you come in, you work with us, and we will scale you beyond 6-7 figures if obviously you follow our framework. This is a picture of me and Abdul recently. Thought I'd include that. The purpose of this video is to have a look at Jason and how he was able to scale from 5 to 30 plus K a month in just 4 months with this coaching program. Let's go over to this document where I'll show you the exact process. So here are the 3 key steps that took Jason from 5 to 30 plus K a month. You've heard me say this a few times now, actually, in just 4 months. I'm going to keep this nice and simple. This is going to be made in a way so that everyone who is a beginner or who doesn't really understand the complicated, sophisticated words that are normally thrown around in this space, I'm going to keep it nice and simple. If you're a coach doing 4, 5, 6k per month, close to 10, this might be worth looking at because you are probably in the same position as Jason was back in February. So there are actually 3 steps. I'm going to start off with a bonus step, which is step 0. What took Jason to 5k a month in the first place? So this video is about what took Jason from 5 to 30k, but I'm actually going to add a bonus step, which is what took Jason to 5k in the first place. And it's very simple. Jason had a blue ocean offer, meaning it was an offer that nobody else was in. His offer was in demand, and he is still one of the only coaches in this space. As you can see from his bio, he helps college engineering dropouts, a very specific ideal customer profile, secure a CAD technician job earning up to $100,000 per year. So essentially, it's a software that people learn and they end up getting jobs in freelance work or just full-time jobs in this space. And according to himself and the results that he's been able to get, there's a lot of demand for that specific space, that specific job, trying to get people into land surveying. Now, without his blue ocean offer, Jason would not get to 5k per month. It's very simple as that. If you go out there and start another dropshipping offer, unless you can stand out from the rest, unfortunately, you're not going to make any more. So that's why Jason's offer aided him very well. Something to keep in mind, you can go check out some other videos that I'm going to end up posting in the future that takes you through how to build an offer. But for now, we're going to just look at how Jason went from 5 to 30k. But just to keep in mind, you need to have a good offer. Without a good offer, you're not going to get anywhere. You need to stand out from the rest. It's a competitive market. People have limited budgets, so they're not going gonna splash the cash on you unless you can provide a good amount of value. Step 1, Jason switched to a scalable model. So around March, collectively, we decided to switch Jason's program from a one-on-one program where he was overworked and enslaved his clients to a more scalable group coaching program. And I'll show you this in a moment. This was capping his earnings at around 15K per month maximum. Lower pay in fulls, but more volume. Essentially what was happening is, let me show you here. So in February, March, he had a one-on-one coaching program that would last 4 months and he would charge 4K upfront. Part of that, there would be a course, which is pre-built, and then one-to-one sessions, as well as a group session. But what I mean by the sessions is those would be one-on-one calls or group calls, normally on Zoom, can be on another platform as well. Those one-to-one sessions were taking up a lot of his time. You know, he got up to, I think, 13, 14 students, and, you know, you can only put in a certain amount of time a week. Hence, he was capped at 15K per month, spending 15 hours at least serving people on a one-to-one basis every single week. Sorry, this is on a weekly basis, by the way. As a result, he was stressed, he was a slave to his clients, and he was capped to 15K a month at 15 to 20 hours a week of labor. The more clients he would bring in, the more time he would have to spend. And as we know, time is very limited. So he had to keep that in mind. So he switched to a group coaching model. He actually increased the price of his one-on-one program to make it slightly more lucrative and worth his time, went in and promoted his group coaching offer, which was basically the same, except there was no one-on-one sessions and more focus on the group and community element. He actually halved the price, still provided a course, a group session, as well as other layers of support. Now he has a bit more time. He can provide other layers of support. He can bring in coaches. I'm not sure if he has done that, but he can bring in other coaches into his coaching program. So he had less stress. He could spend more time optimizing the program's quality and can onboard more people. And of course, in March or April, he was able to hit 26K in pure sales. That's pure pay in full packages of people joining both the group coaching and the one-on-ones, but more so the group coaching. The one-on-one became more lucrative, more exclusive to a few people rather than the group coaching, which was broad and available to everyone else. So he was able to serve more people, therefore have a better product and sell more pay in full packages. What I mean by pay in full is person comes in and pays the fee in full, 2K, bang, and they get access to the program for 4 months. So that's step 1. Step 2 is the top of funnel ad. Now we're going to be talking about acquisition. So how is he actually able to get people who don't know about him to knowing who he is, being educated, and eventually buying into his program? Step 2 is the top of funnel ad. So Jason actually, he did this from the beginning. He ran 2 ads, or what? I think he started with 1, ran a second ad at $15 a day. I think he did adjust the price as well. But again, you know, you can start off with $10 a day if that, you know, suits you. And the ad was very simple. Start off with a hook, a piece of value, and a call to action at the end. And the call to action was a follow me call to action. And I'll explain why that works very well. So the hook is just like, okay, so for example, suppose I'm targeting nurses who work in hospitals. I would say, if you're a nurse working in a hospital, you feel overworked. That's a hook that brings people's attentions into, obviously, you know, they pay attention to the video, and then he provides a piece of value. I can actually show you, these are 2 of the ads. I'm not going to play the ads, but these are 2 ads he's running to this day. And a call to action at the end is literally, if you're interested, or if that sounds like yourself, please drop me a follow. Simple, concise, and to the point. I believe his videos, his ads are not longer than a minute. These were profile visit / follower ads. So people would visit the profile and drop him a follow. Now they are not lifelong, but now they are members of his page. So now they get access to all of the content that he posts in their feed. And I'll show you why this is important. Step 3 is the lead flow funneling. So this is a 3-step process: the DMs, the setting, and the closing. And it actually starts off with the content. So we actually were able to create Jason nurturing and educating content, as you can see over here, short form content. And this content would include a call to action. And I'm going to take you through that in a moment. A DM process where, you know, people get DM'd and they book a call and they get closed. We start off with the content. So now somebody has followed, and I'm going to show you this in a diagram in a moment. Somebody has followed Jason. They are being educated by his content. So the content was made up of a combination of educational, storytelling, and lifestyle, as well as call to action reels. Call to action is very simple. As we see in his bio, he has a DM CAD to join. The word CAD was basically his call to action. So his call to action was literally DM me the word CAD. And the word CAD actually became a part of his page. So anyone interested in finding out more, or interested in learning more, or finding out how they can achieve the transformation that Jason proposes, they would DM him the word CAD, as you can see over here in this screenshot of a DM. And from there, a conversation would start. And I'll explain that conversation in a moment. The Call to action reels are actually very important. Those were posted 2 to 3 times a week. And the purpose is to bring people into Jason's DMs. Now, of course, you can't blast your page with call to action reels because you don't want to come across as inauthentic rather, sorry. There would still be a combination of educational, storytelling, and lifestyle reels. And, let me go to Jason Hunt's Instagram right now. And as you can see, you've got your sort of storytelling or educational style. And then you've got your sort of lifestyle sort of thing, which actually had, for example, the call to action right there. And yeah, just a combination. You've got some storytelling stuff over here. And this stuff is basically made to nurture the audience, to nurture the people who are coming into Jason's page. From there, we take them through a stair-step DM process. And if you want access to this document, just drop me a DM. This is basically a document with all of the DM scripts that Jason and his appointment setter would follow to basically get people to book a sales call with him. So you, your setter, or a growth specialist would start a conversation using the DM process framework. Obviously, if somebody DMs the word CAD or whatever special word that you use, that's better. But you can actually start a conversation with your followers who have come from the ad, because them watching the ad, following you from the ad, means they are warm. They are more likely to close. They're more likely to be interested in your program. They would use the DM process framework that would qualify the prospect, meaning to make sure that this prospect is actually qualified enough to actually buy into the program. Sometimes, you would get somebody who has completely nothing to do with ideal profile that you're targeting. So it's important to make sure that you are qualifying the prospect and then eventually booking a sales call, normally on Zoom with them. Then that gets taken to the closing. Jason's offer and program was so well built that it was unreasonable for somebody to say no on the call. Plus, the educational content made it even more unreasonable. Why do I say that? Because people were pre-sold, a lot of the time, pre-sold before the call. They get pre-sold with the ad, they get pre-sold with the content, they get pre-sold with the DM process where he literally explains his experience. He explains, okay, this is what happened. I had this job and then I was able to improve my career and now I'm teaching people. It's very authentic. It's very straight to the point, and you don't need any annoying, toxic sales tactics. I know a lot of people don't like those tactics, although sometimes they do work. It's very simple. Jason was able to provide value to people, and all props to him. He did, and he's got amazing case studies to show for it. As a result, his DMs were flooded with people DMing him the word CAD. Essentially, this no-brainer offer is one of the most important things that allowed Jason to scale his business even further. But without the mechanism that I've just showed you, this would not be possible. He would still be at 5K per month, potentially even back at zero. Just to reiterate sort of what we looked through. So basically, it would start with an ad. People from the ad would become a follower. They would go through the content from which there's a call to action, which is the inbound DM, which is the word CAD, or sometimes even a comment, which is tied to a automation, something that Jason didn't do, but I know that a lot of people do that themselves. And then from there is a DM process. Again, it's a specific made script that you follow that basically gets people to book a call, targeting their pain points and basically just saying, okay, what are you going through? Perhaps we can help you with your pains or the things that you want to have solved. And from there, they book a call and they close. And this 2K payment comes into Jason's bank account, and Jason's able to help and serve more people in the engineering space. Lastly, I just want to show you the power of stories. Now, again, lots of focus on the word CAD, lots of focus on the call to action, basically showing the case studies, showing the client results, and eventually saying, if you want to take your CAD skills to another level, DM me the word CAD. And he would get plenty of replies DMing the word CAD from those DMs. Let's say he would get 100, maybe 5 of those would close. And that would be a very nice 10K for him just from one simple story. Now, of course, we can't forget the lifestyle stories. Again, you have to come across as authentic. And Jason would just basically vlog his day, and he still does that to his day. I mean, if we just go onto his story now, okay, he's got no stories posted. He would just vlog his day. And again, that would show this level of authenticity. And that actually pre-sells people. People buy into the person that you are rather than your program. Before booking a call, nobody even knows what your program is. But they look at Jason, they say, okay, this guy has achieved the transformation that I want to achieve. This guy drives a Mercedes. This guy drives around Ferraris. I want to be like him. Actually, funnily enough, this transformation in Jason's business allowed him to buy his Corvette. So at least I can say that I helped somebody buy a Corvette. So I hope that explains everything, and I hope that it's very clear. As I said, you can actually copy this system for your own business. This is what worked for Jason, Again, keep in mind, this does not always work. This works if your offer is spot on. You know, I don't want you to have the expectation that this is going to work with any rubbish offer. You need to have a solid offer that attracts people. You need to have a solid offer that attracts people. At the end of the day, without a solid offer, you're not going to get anywhere. So if you're at 5K a month, 6K a month, 7K a month, and you are struggling to get yourself from a position just like Jason was, stuck teaching one-on-one, not having time, charging upfront, but not feeling like you can get the most out of your clients, the most out of your coaching clients, wanting to buy back your time. And I have seen so many people who are stuck in this flywheel where they want to buy back their time, they want to scale, but they are capped by this one-to-one sort of rabbit hole. You can actually change and go into a group layout. Now, if you are interested, referring back to my program with Abdul, me and Abdul have come together to serve coaches, consultants, and info products to hitting 100K months. So if you want to have a sneak peek of what happens in our program, then drop me a DM in my Instagram. That will be in the description below, or click the first link that will take you through a free training. That's basically going to show you the exact process that we have that will take people and that has taken my client Jason and Abdul's clients and other clients that we've worked with from 0 to 100K months. You know, Jason notably taking people from 15 to 70K a month, which is just an incredible achievement. So if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to go have a look at my other videos where there are plenty of other free trainings on how basically you can improve and build and scale your coaching business completely for free, no strings attached. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.